Calgary Real Estate Market update for October 2020. Now, if you're looking to buy or sell a home in Calgary, it's important for you to understand what's happening so you can position yourself properly and have a step up when it comes to negotiating your offer. Now, I'm going to go through what had happened in the Calgary real estate market in September, and at the end, I'm gonna have advice for buyers, sellers, and investors, so you wanna make sure you stick around for that. If you're new to our channel, my name is Felix Chan with the LiveInnerCity real estate team, and if you enjoy this video and our other videos, you can check them out here, then make sure you subscribe. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna start with the detached market, then move to townhouse or row housing, then semi-detached, and then condos. And then I'll share my advice if you're a buyer, seller, or investor. So for the Calgary real estate detached market, now you'd be surprised that we saw an increase of 28% more in sales over 2019. That equals to 1,052 homes. This has helped close the gap as our year-to-date numbers are now only off by 8%. in comparison to the 12% from last month in relation to 2019. Now, as you can see with the weekly sales, we are declining, so we won't see the same level of energy in October or even for the rest of the year. Inventory at the end of August was 3,077, which puts us at about 17.5% less than last year. This equals almost 700 detached homes less on the Calgary real estate market, which is a sizable difference. Days on market was up a bit from August, from 46 to 50, but still 9.9% less than the same period of time last year. Now for pricing, benchmark price year over year has gone up again, as it did last month. We are at about 0.91% higher than the end of September 2019. For the Calgary real estate row and townhouse market, you're gonna be surprised with this stat. We did see 256 homes sell, which was a 47% increase over 2019. And it was a significant increase from August, where we sold 216. Now, that is very rare at this time of the year. Inventory at the end of August was 956, which puts us at about 4% less than last year. And as a whole, we've adjusted downward from the end of the month. Days on market has come down about 1.9% from last year. And we're basically even with last month. We're currently sitting at days on market of 60. Not great news for pricing though, as benchmark price year over year is still seeing the largest decline of all four property types. Year over year, we are down 7%, but it is slightly better than August, which was about 8.4%. This is a challenging and confusing market to be in. It's seeing an incredible year over year sales activity, and the inventory is reducing nicely, but prices are still adjusting downwards in a significant way. I am, however, optimistic that if these two things keep happening, we're gonna chip away at the net year over year decline, but it could take about 6 months or so to do. For the Calgary real estate semi-detached market, semi-detached homes saw 152 homes sell, which is a 21.6 increase over 2019. It was also an increase from August as well. Now, inventory at the end of September was 549, which was exactly where we were at the end of August. Now, this number sets this property type to lead the way in reduced inventory at about 25.9% less than last year. Here is a big win. We saw another huge decline in the days of market for this month. It adjusted from 64 in August down now to 54. Benchmark price year over year has declined by about 1.8%. And this is equivalent to the same number from last month. With this bump in sales activity and decreased inventory though, we should start to see the market stabilize. For the Calgary real estate condo market, the condo market, we did see 242 units sell, which was a 0.8 decrease from 2019, but it's still an increase from August. Now, year to date, we still find ourselves 15.9% less in terms of sales at the same time last year, and it does remain the furthest behind from 2019. Inventory at the end of August was 1,643, which puts us at 1.3% more than last year. Now, despite the increase in inventory, the days on market actually declined by 4%. So it's sitting right now at 67 days. The benchmark price for condos, it was basically flat again, only down by 0.36%. Prices have been beaten down for years, so I can't really see much more downside in the short term. Now let's bring all of this together and what this means if you're a buyer, seller, or investor. For buyers, now interest rates are so low, it's like free money. You can get a 5-year fixed or a 5-year variable for under 2%. Listings per day will continue to drop, so you'll start seeing less and less product all the way through February. If you're in the detached or semi-detached market and you do see something you like, move on it quick because there isn't a lot to choose from and they are selling fast. Now, if you're looking for condos, you have lots of choices. And given the ample supply, you'll probably have a lot more room to negotiate on price. For sellers, now the basics of supply and demand show strength in the detached and semi-detached, but you can't get comfortable or overconfident given the seasonality we're going into. A common myth for pricing your home is that you have to list high because you have to negotiate. Well, to be honest, that method doesn't really work. It hasn't worked for the last few years and it's not going to work in this market. The proper pricing strategy is pricing it right at market and negotiate tight. Now there's 2 reasons for this. Number 1, if you have it at a lower price point, you can get more eyeballs on your listing, which means there's a higher chance of getting showings. The more showings you have, the higher chances of you receiving an offer. And number 2, it's gonna show value to the market. So people are gonna want to see your property. For investors, now if you have limited capital and you cannot buy a home, then look at condos. The flood of condos could present some pretty good opportunity to buy at a lower cost. For example, I have one Beltline condo for sale at $187,000. You can check it out here. It's affordable, it faces a playground, and is in a great location. You can look into buying a single family home, although you probably are not going to find a great deal, and legalize the basement suite, or buy one that already has one so you can use the rental income to qualify for your mortgage. If you want to see what that looks like, give me a shout and we can do an assessment on your financial situation to see what the possibilities are. Now, if you're looking for a deal, you're better off to wait until we start seeing stronger motivation this winter. And builders are wanting to sell their inventory, from pre-sale condos with built-in property management to semi-detached with legal suites. Builders in Calgary are pushing to sell their product given the uncertainty in Alberta. Since being on YouTube, we've had an unexpectedly high amount of investors reaching out to us. And as a result, we'll be coming out with a video in the coming weeks where we take you through a home that we helped a client buy and convert illegal basement into a legal basement. If you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when that comes out. If you want to buy an investment, but you're not really sure where to start, we first have to determine what kind of investor you are. Are you willing to put in sweat equity? Do you want something that's turnkey? Or are you okay with renovations? Once we know that, then we have to determine your investment objectives. So give us a shout and we can help build you the roadmap for your investing journey. So this wraps up our Calgary Real Estate Market update for October 2020. If you want to see some community highlights and home tours, check out our home tour playlist or our other playlists for real estate tips here or in the description down below. We hope that this was valuable to you so you can subscribe to our channel and come back for more real estate tips. We are growing our channel by about 200 subscribers per month, and that's all thanks to you guys. My name is Felix Chan with the LiveInnerCity Real Estate team, helping you keep real estate simple. Check out our playlist and we'll see you in a few seconds.